Hey everyone, this is The Villain's the Man. We're your hosts. I'm JVD Justin Von Doon.
And I'm Evan the Great.
And this is episode 10 of Angles and Promos, where we talk weekly wrestling. As usual, we cover all the WWE stuff because it's usually live.
Yep.
If some stuff wasn't pre-recorded, I guess we would cover a little bit more, but as usual, there's so much wrestling going on in the world. It's hard to cover a lot of it.
Yep. I think the app helps me. I can watch almost everything on the WWE app.
Yeah, it's very, very useful.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jim Ross reports, I think it's a Fight app. I think you can get ROH and TNA on there.
Oh, I'm going to check that out.
But TNA's getting better.
How it works with me.
Man, ROH, it's good, but it gets hard to watch because so many of the guys that you love on ROH are coming to NXT.
Yeah.
So, but let's get started. Let's not waste some time here. We got an hour. We're going to cover Raw number 1250 from May 8th, 2017. This week they're all in London doing their European tour. Let's see. Raw starts out with Dean Ambrose getting a call from Angle. He's going to be the GM of Raw. And as he goes out in the ring to make some announcements, Miz comes out. And Stephanie's chosen him to be GM of Raw. So, this was pretty interesting. It was a good change of pace. I'm just curious to why Angle couldn't come to the UK.
I don't know.
So, I mean, maybe it's family obligations. I don't know. I got some other things related to that topic, I guess, when we get to them later on. But Braun comes out. Man, and he's over bad.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you get the thank you Strowman for what happened to Reigns at Payback, and but he comes out with his arm in a sling.
Yep.
And they're saying it's a legit injury.
Yeah, I read online. He's really hurt.
And then he calls out Brock that he wants Brock and talks about how he stood up to Brock, which is good.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody wants to see. And then he gets stuck in a match with Kalisto because of Dean Ambrose.
Yep.
And Kalisto, when he come out, and he was on the mic yelling at Braun. Did he not sound like Rey Mysterio to you?
Yeah.
I mean, God, it was just like watching Rey Mysterio in Kane. I mean, that's what it was. So they wound up having a match later on in the night. What'd you think about all this?
I gave this a D. We're on our little grade scale.
Okay, you talking about this whole thing D or Raw over?
I gave each segment a grade as well, and then overall grade.
Oh, okay. So, and the grade has decided to employ a grading system, which we were talking about starting, but it's more of a report card now.
I love it.
If you hear these,
because then you can hear the sorry to cut you off. The if, when, why.
Yeah.
Why
okay, so go ahead. Why does it get a D?
It gets a D because Ambrose, I think his gimmick's about done. I think it's run his last road. Having him run Raw was kind of cool. You knew it was going to be chaotic. It's London crowd. It would work. But it kind of fell short. It didn't really work as well as I thought he would work it. But the main reason this has got a D is there's three things in here besides Ambrose. Number one, they're just burying The Miz on Raw. To me. Oh my God, he's got so much talent on SmackDown. They get him over here and I think they're burying him. They're not letting him. I wish he would have ran with the John Cena gimmick on Raw.
Yeah.
That was great. I wish he would have ran with that for a little bit longer. Number two is Strowman comes out in the sling, and I know immediately Roman's going to beat him when they fight again. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yep.
And number three, Kalisto. My God. What are they doing? Let's have him come out and get on the mic at London and yell at Braun. He's on the wrong show. They don't know what to do with him, and you kind of.
He's on the right show for 205 Live.
Yeah, he's on 205 Live, but he shouldn't be. Yeah, he shouldn't be out there fighting Braun Strowman. That's what I gave it. The opening segment.
I really like Dean in this role because I think this is almost like a practice run. Like if you needed Dean, say he pulls a Steve Austin or a Daniel Bryan where he can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
To see if he'd be a good GM. And you're right, his whole gimmick thing has ran its course.
Yeah.
It has. But he's very over with it.
He is over with it.
He is over with it. And what I like about the whole gimmick thing he's got, because it's almost just like Austin Aries, man. You can flip it real easy and make it good. But that's how I kind of felt that went. But he immediately signs Miz to a match against Balor.
That was good.
Yeah, the match was good. Okay, you know, he's not known for doing the demon gimmick, you know, on shows like this. It's usually a pay-per-view thing. But, you know, the rumor is that he's not going to do that anymore, which really defeats my whole him and Aleister Black creative entrance idea, which sucks. You think you'll ever see that again?
Yeah.
I think you will, too. It's too big.
I think they're going to save it for, like, WrestleManias.
The match, there wasn't really anything spectacular in the match. It was a good match, though.
The match itself, you go ahead with your...
No, go ahead.
Here's what I thought of the Miz versus Finn. It sounds like a dream match, but I wrote down when I was watching the match, I think it was lackluster. I think it could have been... It was all right, but I think it could have been great. Miz, well, I can't remember how he got Finn disqualified, or did he?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. That's the best part of the match. It was brilliant. Maurice distracts the ref.
Yeah.
He throws Finn into the ref and then disqualifies him because he's the GM for putting his hands on the ref. I thought that was brilliant.
I wish they would have ended it right there.
That beats him.
Ambrose comes out and restarts the match.
And then it's quickly over.
Which, Finn would beat the Miz, but Miz he proved last week he kind of hang with Finn and them running around. Mm-hmm. But overall, him coming, I got it as a D, but it's more like a C. But the D because they restarted the damn match.
Yeah, it was a brilliant way to end that, and then you knew it was going to get restarted. Yep. So, next we get Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax in the back. You know, talking about, you know, if she meant what she meant last week about her being great and whatnot. And, well, now you've got a friend in me, and, you know, because she's going to get this title shot. Did you feel like Nia Jax was trying to be intimidating, but she can't be intimidating and all that? And
it was like a big Barbie doll trying to scare somebody.
Oh, my God. I mean, they gotta change something up with her. If she's supposed to be this, like they talk about how dominant she is, and she can't beat anybody. Like she went clean over Charlotte, on the where they had the shake up, but man, that's like the greatest thing she's ever done. But before then, she went dominant. She hasn't been dominant since then. Like they need to make her like Braun.
They need a female Braun.
Yeah, and I think she's perfect for her. That or you get Tamina Snuka to do it. I mean, but the way they build her, she's got to be doing.
Let's say you bring Awesome Kong back.
Oh man, what was it? Karma? Is that what she was called? Karma.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyways, this leads to a match between Alexa and Mickie James, which Jax is out there with Alexa Bliss. Bayley comes out with Mickie James. It's nothing special. Alexa Bliss does really good at selling Mickie James' kicks.
Yeah.
And I think, and it's that and being female or even as a wrestler long player really helps sales. But nothing special. I kind of felt like Raw was like that period. Nothing special.
The one thing in this match that stood out is it had a horrible ending.
Yeah, it was very expected ending.
It was a horrible turnbuckle ending where Bliss knocks her off the turnbuckle with a punch. Mm-hmm. It was stupid.
It was.
I'm like, they're women. Not saying that men are better than women, but she's a little woman on top of that.
Yeah, no. She is the smallest one. And then you get the expected outside interference. Bayley jumps on top of Nia Jax. Yeah. What I thought was interesting, and Nia gets in the ring and like beats the snot out of Mickie James afterwards. Yeah. And then leaves. So I think we're going to get a feud out of this. That's what I would assume.
Probably.
So is this where you start to see Nia Jax get over on everybody?
Mickie probably push her over.
I agree with that. Well, then we go backstage, and this is where Miz gets the upper hand on Dean Ambrose. He makes a match, gets Dean worked up. Dean, being Dean, I'll take on anybody. And they gets a match against Bray Wyatt, which we'll get into later when it gets here. Now we get to the part that everybody cares about. Braun versus Kalisto. Of course, Reigns comes out and he's interfered.
Yeah.
Match is done. Braun's got this injured rotator cuff, and this is a way to put Roman over, just like on Payback, without making Braun look weak.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, he talks about how he could be Kalisto at the beginning of the show with one arm, which that's why they have the match. He's got one arm. And so now it's like, well, if he fights Roman, it's, well, now he beats Braun without putting Braun back, but which he's already done.
Yeah.
So it's almost redundant. It makes no sense.
It's horrible.
Now, they're saying this is a legit injury. Like, are they going to have this match now?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think so. So, say, per se, Braun's out of action. It's a if it's a torn rotator cuff, man, that's going to take a while to heal.
Yeah.
How'd you bring Braun back?
I really don't know.
It's okay. Let's just kind of put things in perspective. It's almost the middle of May. Your next biggest pay-per-view, SummerSlam, then you got Survivor Series. If he's got a torn rotator cuff, you're looking probably 3-4 months, maybe.
On Survivor Series, don't they usually have the classic match where it's like 5-on-5?
Mm-hmm.
I would have him come back as on one of those teams. Like have it where something happens to one of the people and then Braun comes out.
You know what I really like?
And then they think Braun's on their team and he freaking destroys everybody.
That's what I would do. And what I would do is I'd have Braun destroy everybody and then have a team of 5 versus Braun. And then let Braun beat everybody. Because if you're going to build him up to be this monster, and he's going to fight Brock Lesnar, and if you had to bring him back at Survivor Series, that'd be a cool way to do it.
He come out. What if Brock Lesnar come out first on the other team, and he beats all his people up, and then Braun comes out and beats all his people up, and then him and Brock start throwing down, and they gotta shut the place down.
Do you realize you just said that Brock has to be in a match where he has to do some real work?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. That hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool.
It would be cool, but that's what people want to see, I think, is Braun versus Brock. It's very old school wrestling. Two big, muscular guys. And the thing is, man, now it looks like you might not get that.
Nope.
And if you do, it's going to be quite a while. Which it's floating around now that Brock's going to be doing more shows, which he needs to. Everybody's obviously pissed about it. Everybody keeps making fun of him for it. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that. And after this, you really don't get any more of the GM stuff on Raw.
No.
You don't. It's almost like it's done. Like Dean had already went through and made all these matches. They were already printed out on the clipboard. And after that, it's kind of done.
Yep.
So it was almost pointless. It was done for two things. So he could make a match against Balor, and they could do the ending, and then he could get to this main event and get to the ending. So, you get Tag Team Turmoil. Which if you're listening to this and you haven't seen a Tag Team Turmoil match, it's almost like a gauntlet. Two teams enter, the winner team goes on till another team enters, and then it ends until one team's left. It opened up with Enzo and Cass versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Who'd you expect to win that?
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, Enzo and Cass. We've been saying it here recently. It's about time to split them up.
I wrote on my paper, Enzo and Cass are quickly turning into jobbers.
Well, they are glorified jobbers, man. They are. Unless it's a singles match with Cass.
Yeah.
Other than that, it is. I mean, you're going to have to...
Man, they selling Sheamus and Cesaro.
They are. One thing I really liked about that, on their section of the match in the gauntlet, is Cesaro is stomping the shit out of Enzo, and they keep popping it at different angles, and it looks really cool. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that while watching it.
Yeah, watch it again. Like, he stomps him, and they get him from one angle. He stomps him, it's shot from a different angle, and the cameras keep bouncing around. It's really, really neat. It's almost video game like in a sense. I thought that was really cool. But anyways, they get to win. Then you get Slater and Rhino, and Sheamus and Cesaro get out there and destroy them before they even get in the ring.
I wrote that down.
Rhino gets destroyed on the outside big time. And then before you know it, they're done. The next you get Gallows and Anderson. Man, and it's kind of bad because now they're kind of just turning into jobbers too. Slowly. And then which it ends with the Golden Truth.
Man, I thought that was awesome.
I did too, but did part of you expect that to be the revival that was going to come out at the end?
No, because I keep up with their Twitter.
I don't. I don't keep up with any of the wrestlers on Twitter just for that right there. So you cheated. You cheated. But anyways,
they keep saying they're coming back soon now.
Okay, but yeah, Cesaro, Sheamus, they win, and they get a shot at the tag team titles, which is good. I really like this thing they got going on with the Hardys.
It's great what they got going on with the Hardys. What else did I write down on this? Yeah, I wrote down about R-Truth and Goldust still not half bad. Which is kind of weird because I'm like, that tag team is still very wildly popular when they come out.
Yeah, they are. Well, you've got two really good
and they're both over 40, I think.
Yeah, easily. I think Goldust just turned 48.
Oh,
and I know R-Truth is not that far behind him. So
that is nuts.
Yeah. The thing is, man, they get, especially Goldust, man, he gets with it more than most of the young guys do. I mean, man, one of these days, they need to throw him like Money in the Bank and have him win it, just to play with people's emotions.
Yeah,
because he deserves it. He deserves a title. He deserves a title run. He does. Not the Universal title, not with no World Heavyweight title, the WWE title. He deserves it, and I don't think you'll ever see it.
Yeah, but I do love that tag team a lot.
Okay, now I said this earlier. Raw was pretty forgetful to me. Now, the Hardys were there, right?
Yeah.
How did Jeff Hardy get out of the country?
I don't know.
Because when he was with TNA and they went over there, he couldn't leave because of all of his drug charges he's had in the past. So that's the first thing I thought is, I guess that's over with now, and he's there.
Now, TNA has millions, and WWE probably has billions.
I don't know if TNA's got millions, man.
Well, back then.
You get lucky if TNA's got more money in their bank account.
I have a feeling that they're like, yeah, we're letting WWE come over here.
So, I mean... Okay, and then we get to Joe versus Seth Rollins. I thought Joe had a really good interview.
Yes.
Talking about how he was going to break this and snap that. And during the match, when he's got Seth and holds, he reminds him about it. And I thought that was really good. That's one of the great things about Samoa Joe.
Yep.
He's going to cut a good promo, and then what he says in the promo, he's going to remind you about it. And I thought that was really, really good. There's a leg trip to Seth Rollins on the apron, and it looked really bad. Like, it looked really dangerous. Like, I don't expect I'll ever see that again in a while. Because that's probably the botch of the week to me. Because I couldn't tell if it was botched or if it was planned like that. But it looked pretty dangerous. Once the turnbuckle gets exposed in the match, you know exactly how it's going to
Yeah.
It seems like that's typical anymore. Anytime turnbuckle's exposed, you know it's going to turn bad on something.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy that exposes it.
But those two segments of Raw were, in my opinion, the only thing that was great. I like the tag team turmoil, and I like Joe versus Seth.
Well, I did not like the tag team turmoil. Joe versus
I liked
Seth.
it because they showed the dominance of Sheamus and Cesaro. They basically dominated everybody.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you've seen Sheamus do that for years now, but you've never seen Cesaro do it, and all of a sudden he's got to go heel in a tag team to be dominant.
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
I mean, I like them. I love them together, but
I think they're trying to build them up. They're already built up. I think they're trying to put them over the top.
Okay, so the next match is Jack Gallagher versus TJP. Would you like to say something about this before I go on?
No, that's one of the matches I didn't get.
Because of why?
I say it hula.
Hulu.
Anyway, I watch. I'm a poor guy. I watch most of my stuff on that in the network, and sometimes I go over to my dad's and we watch Raw. But this week I had to watch it on the Hula, and they cut off a couple matches, and that was one of them.
I thought this match was really good.
I figured it was by looking at it, but
There was a very awesome drop toe hold to the steps that, if I'm right, it's on Jack. He sells it really, really well. Like literally, if that was in the Attitude Era, he'd been gushing blood everywhere. Really, really good. Once we get to 205 Live, that really starts to play its course. But yeah, I thought that right there was probably the best match on Raw, easily. Which, like we always talk about, 205 Live is good, and I don't know why people dog it.
yeah, a lot of people still dog it.
And it's just not understandable.
They're good wrestlers, just neat story.
After this, we get Sasha Banks and Alicia Fox, When was the last time you seen Alicia Fox wrestle?
I have no idea.
I mean, she has been... Man, I can't even tell you what she was doing before the whole Cedric Alexander thing.
I have no idea what they're doing with her.
Well, obviously knowing Dar. Like, once we get to
Yeah,
05 Live, you'll see that. It's boring. You know Sasha Banks is going to win. It's got a really odd finish. Sasha hits her with the double knees from the top rope and then pins her.
Yeah.
And I thought that didn't seem like that went right.
No. Sasha, go back to your what's it called?
The bank statement. Yeah, to the backstabber, the bank statement, which is a very, very awesome combo in my opinion, especially for the women. But yeah, it's just an odd match. And to me, they almost made it seem like it was like a real cat fight in the beginning. But then it slowly got horrible as it went on, which sucks because you look back last year at what Sasha Banks and Charlotte was doing. Every match was just like killing everything the guys were doing, and then now she's reduced to wrestling Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
So it's kind of horrible.
Alicia Fox is not a very good wrestler.
No.
And she's annoying.
Yeah, I think that. Well, that's part of her character.
Yeah.
So then we get to the main event, which was made by The Miz. We get Bray versus Dean. There's not a whole lot that goes on in this match to me. You've seen this before.
Yep.
Raw is basically set up to everything you've seen before the last couple of years. But there's a really cool suplex from Dean hanging off the middle rope, and Bray suplexes him outside.
Whoa.
Did you miss that?
No, remember that's the other match I didn't get to see.
Oh, you didn't get to see that?
No.
Was that cut on there too?
Yeah.
How the fuck does the main event get cut?
I do not know.
Wow.
I don't remember watching it. I don't remember. Maybe I quit watching at that point, but I don't remember that match at all. Didn't write anything down about it.
Wow, yeah. There's a pretty cool. I got it. Suplex hanging outside from middle rope. But of course, Miz is out there and they're ganging up on Dean. And I was really expecting Bray Wyatt to turn the Miz. Like, why would he even stand there with him?
Yeah.
That's not his character. Like, he is completely against everything the Miz is. He should be against everything the Miz is before anybody else on the roster.
Yeah.
And so that is almost like 80s, early 90s wrestling. It doesn't matter how different your gimmicks are. Your heels and heels stick together.
Yep.
And I just hate that.
That's not what it is anymore.
No, as Bray as a heel, as you're playing as a heel, shouldn't do that with anybody. But overall, Raw was very dull, very, very forgetful.
Yeah.
As on the Evan the Great report card, a D.
Yeah, that's what I gave it.
It's pretty bad. Now, what I was going to bring up to you, which I completely forgot in the beginning of this, but it'll be a nice little bow for Raw. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Great movie. How many times have we watched that movie as kids?
1,000.
Probably at least once a week.
Yeah.
Would you say? Does Braun Strowman not look like Ray Jackson from Bloodsport?
Oh, shit. He does.
If you look at them just right in the face, they look just like each other.
Except Braun's a lot bigger.
Man, height-wise,
He
they might be the same size. Now, muscle-wise, yeah. So maybe
That's
we
cool.
should see Braun fight Chong Li at the end of Bloodsport. Chong Li's a bad motherfucker, man.
He'll stop on Braun's head.
Okay, so let's move on to SmackDown Live, episode 925 from May 9th, 2017. Man, SmackDown takes a dive this week.
It did. D for dive.
Yeah, well said. D for dive.
And it could have been good.
It could have been good. Yeah, it's got spots that could have gave you something, especially with the beginning, the opening. Man, at one time you've got Randy Orton, as in Evan the Great would call him Ginger Mahal.
Yeah.
You've got
Ginger Snap.
yeah.
Serious move.
You got Kevin Owens, you got AJ Styles out there, Baron Corbin comes out there, gets attacked by Sami Zayn, which leads to a 6-man tag in the main event. What do you think about the opening here? A lot of banter going on between everybody.
if you would have put this together better, it would have been better. But it was put together sloppy, and I gave it a D. You have all these superstars out there, but you kind of like it's like they're not focused on anybody. They just let them beat the hell out of each other. I wish it would have been a different motive to get them to beat the hell out of each other.
Well, think about it right now, man. That's like your title picture for SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing.
I guess I was kind of mad because I wanted it to be Randy and Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to open up with them, but then everybody else started getting involved, and it kind of like this.
Well, that plays itself out when we get to the main event.
It did.
So, next thing you know, we get all the women are out in the ring. We've got.
I'm shaking my head right now, guys.
Yeah. We know you can't see that, but we've been talking about how bad this is for the women's division on SmackDown.
At first, I thought it was good. You can go back a few episodes. The boys at night.
Man, it's horrible. So Naomi comes out and she tries to pull off this British accent, and she says, "Make some bloody noise." I kind of found that a little racist.
Yeah.
That you would try to mimic the British accent. And say bloody, which is almost kind of like saying fuck. Fuck me when you're over there.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's like, like how they flip people off, how we flip people off. And I guess maybe it's almost like say it so because you can get away with it, because some people in America, I'd say most people in America, are kind of dumb to it. So, but anyways, then you get Becky Lynch versus Nat and Natalya. And how you talked about on Raw, how the women's match ended like that. This match is almost the same way. Natalya jerks Becky from the top rope. Bam! She lands on her back and her head, and she pins her. The match is over. Now, what gets funny is afterwards, Naomi and Charlotte are arguing backstage. This is the only good part about it. And then it gets bad. And they're arguing about it, what's going on, because they had their little thing outside the ring during the match. It led to the ending. Charlotte delivers an awesome line. I hate Naomi's gimmick, the whole glow thing, and I love this. What are you gonna do? Glow on me?
I did like that.
That was hilarious. And then Becky Lynch comes up, and they start saying bonding.
Yeah,
bonding.
That was so funny.
It's horrible, and I'm like, bonding, what the fuck? Because all of a sudden, we've had this shakeup now for a month, and Carmella, Tamina, Natalya have all bonded already.
Yeah.
Now, how does Tamina bond when she's been gone forever? And Carmella and Natalya's been fighting each other with all the other women, because none of them were on sides before the shakeup.
Yep.
So 3 women who have nothing in common have now all bonded. Makes no sense.
I kind of messed all that up.
Yeah. And then what's bad is what we just talked about with Sasha and Alicia Fox on Raw, and everything Charlotte was doing now. It's almost kind of like Charlotte's in the same spot on SmackDown.
I gave this match also an F.
I wouldn't even do that. That's
freaking not cool.
Yeah, you're giving it way too much in my opinion.
No, it ain't.
But so the biggest question that you get with this is Charlotte going to be able to be a good babyface?
Nope.
Does anybody want to see Charlotte as a babyface?
I don't think they do. I think this ain't gonna work.
No, it's not. She's got to be a heel. Because here's the thing. Okay, let's look at the other side of the board from these 3 women. Natalya make a good heel? No. She ever made a good face?
No.
Tamina, she ever done anything good?
No.
Now Carmella, good face?
Yeah, she's better face than a heel.
I think Carmella makes a great heel.
I think she should. I think they need to be like a Miz Maurice heel. That's what they need to be. But James needs to be the one talking.
No, man, I like that he's the goofball getting used. Eventually that's going to play out, and he's going to realize that one day. And I mean, that's what that is. That's going to be a long brewing thing, and then
they should be that type of heel, though, not this group type heel.
Yeah, like them two need to be separate.
Yeah, they need to be separate.
They do, big time. Because I thought that before all this crap started, when she got James Ellsworth, it really stood out. Like you could see her.
The first time that happened, I'm like, what the.
and to think he was wrestling at CCW, just not that far away before all this. Now, let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for SmackDown. Fashion Police Files, London edition.
I got that down, but I got it a different way down here.
Oh yeah, well that was next if I'm right.
I got Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan, but it's cool.
Oh yeah, that's afterwards.
Yeah, we can skip to Fashion Police.
Okay, so let's keep.
Oh, the Fashion Files. What we're doing?
Fashion Files. Yeah. You get that
I
after.
thought you were talking about their match. But,
This was hilarious. They were Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and they were looking at those missing face paint.
yeah, it was great.
And it was funny. Did you notice who was on the file that Breeze had in his hand? That had all the post-its on it?
I don't think I did.
It was a British Bulldog.
That's hilarious. Because they're in London.
Yeah, they're in London. I thought it was funny that they were looking for the Usos face paint. And I don't remember, I think it's Tyler Breeze that says, he's like, you think maybe they took it off so you couldn't tell them apart?
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
I don't know if they're selling on this Fashion Files, but I love it 100%.
I think
it is so quirky, but it fits their characters, man.
Yeah, it does.
Freaking fake cops for crying out loud.
The Fashion Police.
It's great.
It is. It's great. And I think fans like me and you, and it seems like if you see somebody online that likes it, they seem like they're the really hardcore wrestling fan. Like they like when stuff like this happens. Now your typical viewer, no, they don't seem like they would like. They think this stuff is stupid, which it is, but it's great. It's not like idiotic stupid. It's not like Eugene stupid.
Yeah,
it's good comedy, and so they're following face paint around, and then you start hearing the grunting and whatnot. What do you think was behind the door?
Oh man, what when they did it? I'm trying to think what I thought. You know who I thought was actually behind the door when they first started doing it? I thought Braun Strowman was behind the door.
On SmackDown, really?
No, not Braun Strowman. No, what am I thinking? Damn it! I don't know why I said Braun Strowman. I'm trying to think.
I thought it was the Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman would be funny. Now I'm trying to think who the fuck I thought it was, but I didn't think it was who it was.
But yeah, it was the Ascension, and I like how they give them that look, and they're like, "All right, let me back up." What's funny is they try to push the door open, and they can't budge it, and then Tyler Breeze kicks it because they're trying to pick the lock, and it's funny. I like how he kicked it, and then they just opened it.
Yeah,
it's like, what in the world are they doing? Like it makes no sense.
Great.
Yeah, it was great. It's like they make fun of the door literally because they can't open it. Well, let's go ahead and skip to their match where they wrestled. Man, oh yeah, of course they wrestled.
Yeah, they wrestled the Ascension.
God, I feel so bad for the Ascension.
They do a couple things wrong in this match. Overall, the segment, I gave it a pretty good grade, a C. But the match was like freaking a minute long. It felt like it was like, and I'm thinking, okay, you're trying to build Breezango, Fashion Police, all they got a cool name. You're trying to build him up, and by building him up, you bury Ascension, and you make the match not even long enough to showcase what Fashion Police can do or Ascension can do. I'm like, just so they get the Usos out there, which was a good part of it.
Yeah.
Still, I'm like, come on, let's have a 5-minute match.
Now, when the Usos come out, man, they were kind of over with the 12 thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, and okay, they're right. I can't tell the difference between them without the face paint.
Yeah.
I can't. And the other one was trying not to laugh about it, and then they kept, I don't think it wasn't meant to go on that long, but the crowd was so into it. And he would kept back to this, and it was all about the back, kiss the back, lick the back.
Man, it was actually really cool.
It was, but man, I hope them two don't ever go back to the stupid Samoa face.
Don't ever go back
because we hate the Usos, and this is awesome.
I hate the Usos, but I love the Ugos.
That was pretty funny. So they announced him as Breezango, and I got thinking. So what should they call him? Should they call him Breezango, or should they just start calling him the Fashion Police?
Freaking Fashion Police, dude.
I think they should call him the Fashion Police.
It sounds awesome.
I hate when they just take two guys and they're together and then they mix their names.
Yeah, they're the Fashion Police.
Like where Cesaro and Sheamus has been arguing over.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think they should call them the Fashion Police. It sticks. It fits them. Because that's what they're doing. They're the Fashion Police.
It's great.
It is. So now we get to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. This is just kind of there.
Yeah, what the hell? The match. This is another match I wrote down. The match is way too freaking short.
Yeah, but man, you've seen it before.
And we've seen it before, but I think these two could have a great match if they had like super physical, like attacking in the back room all the time, like that, like
these guys get hardcore with
yes,
like
they got.
yeah.
I wrote down. That's right, hardcore style match. What I wrote down.
And you know what's bad? I know this is televised and whatnot, but like when I went the last show I went to at Cape and they wrestled each other, and I was telling you about the whole clown thing and stuff. That match was way better than what was on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. So but the only thing that sticks out about the whole match is Rowan's finisher. He picks him up, spins him around, and slams him.
Yeah, it looks
stupid.
Make it a heel kick his finisher or something.
Yeah, and when he used to do that spin kick, but now you got Aleister Black doing that.
Yeah, they don't want him doing it because it looks like a 2 compared to what Aleister Black can do.
Yeah, it's but he needs a different finisher.
Yep, I agree.
I completely agree. For a big guy, he needs a slam is fine, but that's almost like Braun Strowman doing the power slam. No, being a big guy, he like what? Well, okay, guys like him, and I've always thought this, and I've said it on here before. Guys like that need power bombing people, not Kevin Owens power bombing people. They need to just be like power bombing the shit out of people.
Yeah,
because it looks cool when a big, powerful guy does it. But yeah, horrible finisher, needs a new one. But hey, finally Eric Rowan got a win.
Yeah.
After this match, we get to, I think, the part everybody's wanting to see about SmackDown. Nakamura and Ziggler making their match official. I really feel like Nakamura should have had a match on SmackDown before they went and we're going to put him on the pay-per-view, which he's not going to mess it up. But Ziggler makes a good point. He is literally the marketing for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And nothing else is. It's him.
It is straight up, Nakamura.
And I mean, you see the posters for pay-per-views and whatnot, and they're always based usually around one person.
Yeah.
But usually when you see the promos and stuff for them, it's not, or like, the, just say ads, it's usually based around a bunch of people. No, it's just him. Like, doing kicks and stuff. So, like, they're really...
I think they're wanting to. They're trying to turn him into a mega star.
Oh, well, he's going to be.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, you look at the whole NXT, and people let him know it in here. They're chanting NXT. So
I have a feeling when Ziggler and Nakamura fight at the pay-per-view, it will be the best match of Ziggler's career. That's how good this match is.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think
Ziggler's had some good matches.
I think Ziggler can put on one hell of a show with Nakamura.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
The only thing I hate about this is they're putting him on such a high pedestal. What if something goes wrong?
Yeah.
And then it blows up in their face. It makes him look really, really bad.
Could, but it ain't.
But man, crazier things have happened. Like when he showed up in NXT, that was perfect. Like, Regal and Sami Zayn are in the ring, and he's like, "Oh, I've got your opponent for TakeOver," and it's a Nakamura. And that was it.
Yeah.
They're not basing the whole thing on him, but to base this whole pay-per-view around him, well, come on. I'm just really afraid it's going to blow up. Oh, come on now. Just like that. Just like that. Before the main event, we get Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton in the locker room.
Yep.
This is very corny on Sami Zayn's behalf, where he is sitting there visualizing winning. That is almost straight up out of Golden Age WWF.
Yes.
And it's horrible.
Yep.
So, and this is a common trend with Sami Zayn since it's almost like he's been on the main roster. Is he turning into a joke?
Right now, he's on the fast track. I thought SmackDown would save him, but so far it ain't.
No, he is, okay, he's looking at a feud with Baron Corbin, based on the beginning of this. Corbin did get suspended for attacking him on Talking Smack.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny, a guy got suspended. So I don't watch Talking Smack, you do.
I do.
So last week I was like, he wasn't on there. Yeah. He wasn't on there. Well, he worked nights, work days. Yeah. So And, well, you know, last week I was wondering where he was, and I thought it was funny that a guy who showed up on a show called Talking Smack beat down a guy, talked some smack, got suspended.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world? But, so they have this big 6-man tag match. You get a good dive outside. I got one thing I want to bring up in this match, and before I do, is there anything you want to talk about this before I get this? Because it's kind of, I feel it's the important thing about the match.
There are a couple things in the match that, for one, in the match, I said this a while back when I said, Mahal, if he ever went up and got the belt, they're going to turn Baron Corbin babyface. They're going to fight each other. Then I saw them standing beside each other, the same freaking eyes.
Yeah. Baron Corbin's not.
They're like, boom. They're like, I was like, holy crap. When they throw down, it's going to look for real. I mean, they almost mirror image each other.
Yeah.
Besides that, I got one note, and I started here, and this may sound absolutely crazy, but I think this is the only way that they could save Sammy. Move Sammy to the Cruiserweight division. Let him feud with like Neville. I really think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for his career. He can get that belt, get him built up, then bring him back. Because they buried him right now, and they need a way to build him back up, and I don't think he's going to build up with his talent on SmackDown.
Totally forgot to go through some things beforehand. I'm like, I'm thinking of something. Where's it at?
Anyway,
yeah, we're already at the
there's a couple things. So,
but here's the thing: he's too big to be a cruiserweight. He's a pretty big guy.
You don't think he?
I bet he's about 6'2", 6'3". Same thing's pretty tall.
He don't look that tall though.
Man, you look at him compared to a lot of people. Like if you get him against the right guy, yeah, he's tall. I mean, but one thing I wanted to point out this match is what Ginger can do in the ring really shows in this match, and it's not much. And for a guy getting pushed to main event status, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of match you're going to have. Most of his stuff's been like at the end or cheating or all the stuff I love. You know, his 80s villain character. But he's got a little bit of work to do. Maybe it's because the match had a lot of people in it that he shouldn't be wrestling with. But
okay, but still, I mean, okay, let's go back to the six-pack challenge for a #1 contendership. He really didn't do a lot then either.
No, it was a shock that he won at the end with the interference.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, do you honestly think it's going to be the main event, so 20, 30 minutes match, right? Do you think he's got enough in his repertoire of wrestling moves to go that far?
I have
Besides
no idea.
Punches and chokes? I mean,
I think there's going to be multiple interference in that match. I think, like, eventually they're going to throw the brothers out. The ref will. I think that a lot of shit like that's going to happen to make the match longer.
Okay. So, because here's my thing, and this is like, I was like, is there anything you can say before I start pointing this out? Okay, let's look at moves. Okay, let's look at Randy Orton. Awesome power slam.
Yeah.
Awesome drop kicks. What he's known for. If you wanted to, you go to put people in the face. He's got a very heavily recognized finisher.
Mm-hmm.
He's usually known for a really good suplex off the top rope, a suplex. I mean, he's got a ton of moves he's known for, and when you're in the ring and when he's wrestling, you see those and you recognize them. Now, what can you recognize from Jinder Mahal when he's in the ring?
Yeah, maybe that's what this is going to be about. Maybe he's going to have. Maybe he's been working on a lot of stuff. We're going to see it.
So you think like maybe they're going to have this match and then he's just going to blow your mind, like all this stuff he starts doing?
There's 2 ways. There's 3 ways they're going to have this match. One way, he's going to be horrible, and it ain't going to work. It ain't going to look right. Number 2 is, like I said earlier, I think the match is going to be. He's going to have about 5 minutes of actual good wrestling. He's going to get his ass beat for 5 minutes, and then there's going to be 5 minutes of interference all the time. And that's how he's going to wind up winning the belt, if he wins the belt. Number 3, he blows everybody's mind, and him and Randy put on one hell of a show. Because they are both kind of big guys, and maybe Ginger's been working on some stuff. When he was in the Rumble, actually, he did some cool stuff in the Rumble.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. I thought he did.
Oh, in the Andre Giant.
Yeah, Andre Giant one. That's what I meant. He's flying around, but there's a lot of people in there, and I noticed his speed and his athletic ability inside there. Now, I don't know, but now they got him where he ain't showing any of that. So maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
I think this is a coin toss. I think this is this is what that is. They're going to flip the coin, and we're going to see what happens because he's probably going to get that belt off Randy Orton because I think Rusev is going to challenge him for it.
That's right. I think I've already said that. And that's one thing when I realized I skipped over something.
I want Baron Corbin to challenge him, but I think it's going to be Rusev first.
I think they're going to get that. And that's where I realized I skipped over some stuff. Go ahead. What
or Baron Corbin does get a match with him and he's about to win, and that's when Rusev turns in his money in the bank case that he's going to win.
Oh, you think Rusev's going to win money in the bank?
He screws Baron Corbin out of the belt.
Okay.
And they have a feud.
Well, Rusev said he'll be back next week and he's going to demand his WWE title shot. And then remember I'd said long ago, hey, remember when they were a tag team and he was treating Jinder Mahal like crap?
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do. That's why I think Jinder Mahal is going to win it. And that's why I realized, hey, I'm missing some stuff. Oh, let me turn the page here on my notes. So, other than that, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up, and it's the only thing left, in which I kind of think, we've been doing botch of the week, and usually it's a move. I don't think this week it's a move. There's not a whole lot of botches in WWE this week. It's promo. It's an angle. And it's Mojo Rawley with some kids. Is that the proper way to build him up as a babyface?
All I hear was John Cena's music in the background.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Let me tell you. Okay, so you know that he unveils Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy that he won, and then he quickly makes it about himself. So, this whole thing with kids, this whole, and he's got a little comedy to it. It's not going to work for him. It's not him. Especially from a guy that was in the NFL. And he's a big guy. And he's the hype bro. Shouldn't you be trying to build him up with that angle, like being hype?
Yeah.
This just dawned upon me with this whole hype thing and, being in NXT where he would just always run to the ring and he was always hyped up. He needs to pull a DDP, be out in the crowd doing that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would really get him over if they wanted him to go babyface. You throw him out like he's out there in the crowd, getting the crowd hyped up, and of course they're going to swarm him. People's going to love that. And people flock to stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, that's what put DDP on the map, doing stuff like that. So, I just thought about that. That's what they need to do with him. This whole kids thing.
Man, that'd be cool if he came through the crowd and did that.
Yeah. And here's what I was getting at. Okay, like he won the Battle Royal at WrestleMania, and you think he's getting this push, and then now he's doing this.
I think they're making him wait because I think Zack Ryder's going to come back and they're going to push for the belts.
Yeah, they need to.
And that's why I pray to God they let Fast Pace win because I think them two would have an awesome match.
Yeah, because they'd be giving them 2 tickets left and right. But overall, on the Evan the Great report card, what do you give SmackDown, which is usually the better of the 2 top brand shows?
SmackDown's getting grounded when they get home. They got a D.
I agree, man. They really kind of dropped.
First time they've got a drop ball for me.
Okay, now overall, like I said, they're over in Europe. These are both from London. It seems like they always have something big when they go over there. Like something big happens.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
No, not.
Something always like they dropped the ball. But that kind of wraps up Raw episode 1250 from May 8th and SmackDown Live episode 925 from May 9th. We're the Villains, man. We're your hosts. I'm JVD Justin Von Doom.
And I'm Evan the Great.
You can go like our Facebook page for the Villains Demand. On Twitter, you can follow me under our Villains Demand. Evan the Great runs Angle and Promos, which is what you're listening to now. Hopefully you'll listen to it on YouTube. You can subscribe to us there. Keep it between the ropes, guys.